It's the 19th of June and we're in the car park just below a place called Chanctonbury Ring. We've just seen a sign warning about dangerous trees due to high winds. You would bring me here on a windy day.
Me?
Yeah. You're trying to do me in. Apparently, there is a disease called ash dieback that is making the trees unstable. All these black things are ash dieback.
I don't know if that's what caused it, but that's not an ash tree.
Alright. Horrible, aren't they? The trail starts out nice and flat, but now we turn this corner and begin the climb. The ridgeline in the distance gives a fair indication of how steep this is. Sun is out over there. Yeah, it's hot, isn't it? My heart's pounding.
Not used to climbing hills.
No. Too much lockdown. We walk 4 miles a day, most days of the week, but it certainly hasn't prepared us for these hills. We've made it to the top, and I was hoping to fly the drone, but the winds are just too strong today. Chanctonbury Ring is a prehistoric hill fort that sits atop Chanctonbury Hill. There were 2 Romano-British temples built here in the fort's interior, one of which may have been dedicated to a boar cult. The winds today are coming mainly from the south, so here on the opposite side it's quite peaceful and very sheltered. It's certainly a very beautiful spot for a picnic. In the mid-18th century, the landowner planted a ring of beech trees around the perimeter of the site, and that made it a famous landmark on the South Downs Way. During the storm of 1987, many of these trees were blown down. It's quite cold now, isn't it?
Cold in the wind. And when you're not walking up a steep hill,
Yeah.
just sitting there, look, it's pretty cold. It's like rain.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a massive rainstorm. Luckily for us, the rain is all being blown further north from our position. We've come full circle and are back on the north side now, so we're going to sit here for a while and admire the view. Pretty soon we're back out into the wind, and we're now to the east of the ring looking back. We're continuing our walk towards the east, and the temperature has dropped, and the wind chill means we've got our coats on now. Are you ready to go back down?
I think I can take off.
Go on. Don't want to stop you.
I'm almost there.
You're almost there, yeah.
Thank you.
Downhill all the way back.
Well, I hope so. All of these poles down here would be great for my firebox.
Yeah. Nice and sheltered down here.
Yeah.
You won't want to set fire to the woods.
No. Well, it's banned in the South Downs National Park.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it needs a bit of foliage on the outside.
You're right, it's a doer-upper.
Yeah.
Well, we can certainly recommend that walk up to the ring, but we're nearly back at the van now. Just one word of warning, the access road is single track and quite narrow. I don't think there's anything more satisfying than being able to slide under these height barriers. We're at Cissbury Ring now, and we're going to have a cup of tea before we climb the hill. Builder's tea, please. And a biscuit. We didn't have any biscuits, but we did have scones with jam. Okay, it's time for the second climb of the day, but this one is nowhere near as steep. Hope it doesn't rain.
Take shelter in the woods.
Yeah, good idea.
Run for it.
Run for it. Cissbury Ring is owned by the National Trust, and it's the site of an Iron Age hill fort and a Neolithic flint mine. Hello. The whole site is ringed by these huge earth ramparts that were used to defend the people that lived here. Worthing in the sunlight, and the golf course. For a brief moment, we felt the sun on our faces. Sugar.
Almonds. Sultanas.
We're making our own version of Peshwari naan, using some of the pizza dough that we made at home and froze.
Cheese. After 2 windy walks.
Yeah, they were good, those walks.
Yeah, so how many miles have we walked? Let's have a look. 7 miles.
7 miles.
Yeah.
Some of those hills nearly killed me.
You need to get in training.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice and easy tonight. A pack of filled tortellini with a jar of sauce. Sorry, your Peshwari naans are a success, Charlie.
Nice and soft.
Yeah. So, fingers crossed, the lockdown will end for us on July the 4th. And we're thinking of continuing our trip east. Catch you next time for more adventures in the Little Red Camper.